Hello there. I am back from a trip that I took over the weekend from Atchison, Kansas, visiting Lana and Samantha. And it took me, normally it takes around 4 hours, but it took about 6.5 hours, maybe 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours this time because it started to snow earlier today, and it got pretty strong all the way through Atchison, out of Atchison, through Kansas City, and most of the way, all the way to Springfield. The roads were absolutely terrible. There were cars in ditches. Cars had were sliding on the roads in front of me, and I could see all this, and I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, if I'm doomed." But uh, for a reason which I know, which I ask that God's hand be on me while I'm on this trip, and that's the only way I got through it. And there were cars sliding sideways right in front of me, and I just creeped on through and went across the same spots that they were on when they were sliding around. So uh, it was pretty. I was on the edge of my seat, I can tell you that. And there were spots where I didn't know where the road was, and I kept running across the speed bumps that were in the middle of the road and on the side. And the windshield was freezing over, and I had to constantly have defroster on it. And so anyway, halfway through, I had even my weather map pulled up on my touchscreen in my car, and I could see that it was heading into worse conditions. And the moment the pointer where I was at hit those areas, I could tell. So plus, sorry about that, kind of tired. And anyway, it cleared out about maybe 150 miles out, and then about 20 or so miles before Springfield, I saw on the weather map on my car that I was going to hit some pink. And I was wondering what that meant, and I found out. All of a sudden, there was the road felt like gravel road because it was solidly covered with frozen snow, and there were cars off the side of the highway, down in the medians, and turned completely around. And I was had my butt squeezed tight, I can tell you that. And so anyway, I made it through that. But all the way through Kansas City, I must have saw at least 25 cars off, spun around, and stuck, and wreckers everywhere. Cars down in ditches, and two times I saw cars that were about 200 foot off of the road out in fields, and I do not see how they possibly got out there. They were out in the middle of a field. They must have been doing real fast and spun out and lost control. But fortunately, everything turned out well for me, although it did take 6 hours to drive. But it was still worth it because I got to see Lan and Samantha, and I would do it again and again. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know how much fun I had today, and I had a lot of fun over the weekend too. We went to St. Joe and walked around the malls and went to Best Buy and several other stores, and we cooked hamburgers out on the grill and grilled pineapple with onions and tomatoes and stuff like that. And we used barbecue sauce. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing good, and I hope that Len and Samantha have a very nice day tomorrow. And I pray that God's hand is on them. So, through the name of Jesus Christ, I pray for those two girls. Amen. See ya.